In this video, we're going to go through the Ohm's Law lab. We've talked about Ohm's Law in class, but we're going to dive a little bit deeper in this lab. So in OneNote, you have this assignment right here. This is going to be the lab document that we'll be typing everything into. The guiding question for this lab is, what is the relationship between current and voltage in a circuit? All right. So in the circuit construction kit, we're going to build a really simple circuit. We're going to drag out a battery and a resistor, and we're going to connect them using a wire, like so. All right. Now, if you click on the battery, we can adjust the voltage. So again, the guiding question is, what is the relationship between current and voltage in a circuit? So on the battery, if you click on it, you can adjust the voltage down here in 0.5 volt increments. You click on the resistor, you can adjust the resistance. Let's go ahead and set our resistance to 25 ohms, and we'll leave it there for the duration of the lab. So we have voltage, we have resistance, but if you notice, nowhere on here do we get a readout of the current. Now, we have this off to the side that we can drag in. This is called an ammeter, and this is what we use to measure current. We can take the sensor and let's put it right on our resistor. So right now it's reading out a current of 0.68 amps. If we click here, we have our voltage. So if you notice, as we adjust our voltage, our current adjusts as well. So in the lab document for today, all we're going to write out is the methodology. Your methodology should talk about materials. Be specific. Don't just say, hey, that thing. What are we talking about? Is it the battery, the resistor, the wires, the ammeter? What are you talking about? You need to identify your variables, your independent and dependent variables. Remember, your independent variable is what you're changing in the experiment, and the dependent variable is what you're measuring. Be sure to include units on your variables. You also need to talk about how you're going to take measurements. So think about what we did in our circuit to take our measurements. Be specific when you're explaining these. And finally, explain how many trials you're going to need, right? So I went ahead and I put together a data table for you. You don't need to fill anything in today, but in the methodology, I want you to talk about how many trials you're going to need and how you're going to ensure that you get accurate measurements. So that's all you're going to be working on today. You don't need to take any measurements or do anything else. For today, all you're going to be doing is writing out your methodology. Good luck and have fun.